Hey guys, I'm Logan and this once again is Hydroneer. We're going to jump right back into it, see where we are, where we left off. So last time I know we had not made it to getting our 3 miners. That's where we wanted to end up. It was just taking so long to get the iron that we needed that I ended up not having the patience. So we didn't do what we wanted. It's okay. It is okay. Things happen. It's fine. So I think the first thing we want to do today, first let's go see if we can find a magnifying glass. The magnifying glass will show us how much durability is left in our items. I don't know if they sell one over here or not. I was thinking that they did, but it looks like they don't, which is a bummer. There is some TNT though. Yeah, no magnifying glass. So I'll have to buy that from, I guess, Bridgeport. I really don't want to go to Bridgeport just for that. So I think we might wait. We'll get that a little bit later. So basically right now we're just going to wait. When something breaks, we will fix it. Or if we know we're going to be gone for a few minutes, we'll go ahead and fix it a little prematurely just so we can get it done. Alright, so what do we want to do today? I think, at least for now, we want to sell off this gold, make a little bit of money. We want to see how much iron we can get, because we need this third drill. I completely blanked for a second. Wow, third drill. So we need iron for that. We need to smelt that down. But because I did not buy, we might end up buying a scale. I wasn't going to buy the scale, but running back and forth constantly just trying to decide when we get enough iron is an absolute nightmare. So I think let's go ahead and smelt down this gold. Let's see what it is worth. Let's wait for these to pump through in case they're gold, which they were not. So we're we got a lot in there because we are losing some frames like crazy. Alright, so that I think is in about the right spot. Let's find out. Yeah, that's in a good spot. Alright, so stuff's getting hung up in here. So once we get the third one, our next step might be to try to do... Boop, there we go. Oh yeah, bad frame rate drops when you use that. So there's a lot in there. Our next step might be to go for the auto smelters and the conveyor belts. Conveyor belts would just run right here. They would dump things in, and that would automate a lot of it. How much money do we have? So we've only got 5,000 coins. And I think that is nowhere near enough to start auto-smelting. But if we can auto-smelt gold, that will go a long way. Simply because... oh, that looks like it's going to be worth a lot. If we can auto-smelt gold, we will have a quick, easy source of money. So let's go see what this guy's worth. I think he's going to be worth a little bit. The amount of frame lag that we had just from holding the bucket made me... oh yeah, 3,000. Nice. So that's $3,000. So I guess let's go ahead and combine this. Let's make a trip over to Bridgeport and see what we can afford. Because we have a general idea, right? We know we need 4 smelters. Actually, we only need 3 smelters because we don't want to smelt the gems. Now, that comes with a whole nother host of issues where we need to actually separate the gems and compress them individually. It used to just be one device. You dumped all your gems, you compressed them, everything was happy. They changed that in an update. So now you have to separate the gems, which means we're going to need an additional 3 sorters to go through everything. So we're going to need 4, 5, 6, 7 sorters to get gold, iron, the shards, each of the 4 types of gems, and actually 1 extra for all the cloudium. Now, it seems like we're not getting a lot of cloudium, which is fine. We don't really need it at this point. But we could go ahead and set that up. So let's go on. Let's we got 9,000. Let's go on over here real quick to Bridgeport. We'll see what we can afford and kind of start making some plans. Alright, we're at Conveyor Nation, and we know, let's see, what do we know? We know we're going to need 4 splitters, at least, just to get started. Because we can dump all of the gems into one bucket and just sell them. That's okay for now. So we're going to need, let's say we split these out. Yeah, let's split those to the left. So we're going to need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's going to cost us 2,200 close. So, I mean, we could go ahead and afford that. And now we get rid of the hand sorters. Then we could do a single straight with a polishing hook for an additional, yeah, this is like 600, so we could afford that pretty easy. Go ahead and start getting that set up. That actually might not be a terrible idea. Go ahead and get that set up. We'll still send these over just to the buckets, but that may not be a bad idea. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and buy this stuff and see if we can get that set up. Alright, so we need to drop you in here. We need to press this, and we still have 6,000 gold. So first things first, let's drop this in here and let's collect what we've already bought. Now luckily, if we do it this way, we can stack things almost infinitely on top of each other. I don't recommend doing it past about 20 items because the physics get real wonky and the truck doesn't like it. Alright, so let's back up because we need to come over here to tools and equipment. Now you can back the truck up over to the other side, buy a bunch of stuff at once, but really what we want to look for is a magnifying glass. It costs 400, and we want to look at these. These are only 1,300, so actually we can go ahead and buy the 3 of these that we need. Let's see, 1 for gold, 1 for iron, 1 for shards, and let's go ahead and get 1 because we can afford it for the Cloudium, just so we have everything already bought and start getting that set up. Ooh, so this is actually an entirely different direction that I'd planned on taking today, but I think it's okay. We're definitely going to make some progress. A little bit of a different way, but we're going to make progress nonetheless. So, alright, let's get all of our goodies here and make sure we don't forget our money, because otherwise we can lose it. So we're down to $300, but that's fine because we have a bunch of stuff, and there's going to be some more gold and iron up there if we need to sell, as well as a bucket full of gems, which of course we can sell uncut. We could spend the time to cut them, make them worth a little bit more. Oh, we didn't fix our thing before we left. Is it broken? Nope, they're still running. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to put you here. Oh, something's broken. Something is broken. Oh, yep. The crusher. That's not good. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so we're good. But now comes the unfun part, right? Because what we got to do now... Oh my. Alright, so first, let's cut these off. Let's run all this dirt through. Alright, the dirt is cleaned up, so let's go ahead and have us a sleep and think about what we need to do. Because we need to put all the conveyors down. The conveyors require water pipes, which is fine because we have water pipes already here. So we need to pull the water pipes over and send them this way. Then we need to start laying down everything else. Alright, so let's start moving stuff. Boop. And you can come over here. Okay. So I guess then, since we're tearing everything down, let's go ahead and smelt what we have. There we go. Alright, boopity boop boop. Let's move everything so everything's out of the way. Alright. So, first thing, let's tear this up. And we're going to move it there. And it rolled over. Of course it did. Would you stop already? Oh god, I don't care, whatever. And then we're going to tear this one up, and we're going to drop it. Then we're going to tear this one, and drop it. And finally, this one. And they're all flipping upside down. What the heck? I don't care. Anyway. Alright, so are you done? You're done. Let's go ahead and boop and boop. And then we're going to move this into the... There it is, into the cart. What the heck, dude? Don't throw it. Let's put that there. Okay. Next up, we have some gold. Not as much as last time, obviously. But it's fine. All we're wanting to do is get stuff out of the way. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to bring this over here. Now, I think I've mentioned before, the shards can be melted. So we're going to melt down the shards. Oh, dang nabbit. I hate when I do that. We're going to melt down the shards and make those into shard bars. The shard bars are used to provide power to things like the water pressure boosters, which we're not using right now. We're still really close to our water source. We probably will need to pick one up before too long, but the really nice thing is they allow you to run infinite water off of one pipe. So really you only need and should only be using one pipe per building site. If you try to do more than that, then you have to run logic and worry about things taking damage from dirty water. Alright, so we've got all that out of the way. So the next thing, we need to tear up these pipes. The concern is we actually need straight pipes for our conveyors. Now we can use T's, which we'll want in a couple of spots. We'll lose a little bit of water, it's fine. It's not like it actually hurts anything, but they're just not the most efficient. So we want to do this, and we want to actually, let's take this guy off. We want to use you here, then we want you over here. So now what we want is our straight conveyor. And of course the arrow denotes which way the conveyor will move, so we want it to go that way. So we can see it's already getting power and moving. So what do we need actually? So that's the one straight pipe. And the one plain conveyor. So next up we have 4 of the ones that turn. So we need either 4 straights or 4 T's. Now we've got 3 T's. We could actually go ahead and get this set up with what we have. But do we want to? Did I not buy the gem polisher? I thought I did. Maybe I just left it laying down there? I don't know. So because we can get this going with what we already have, I think I want to. We'll come back later. We will swap it out for the appropriate parts. But for now, we just want to get it up and running. Right. So we're going to do that. Then each of these guys will show us which direction they are going to output, just like the hand sorters. So all that goes there. And that one goes there. Anything that doesn't match will fall off onto the end into a spare bucket. Alright, so we should be good there. So now we need to start putting, I think this guy's going to go here. I think this one will go here. This one will go here. And then, okay, so what do we have? So we're going to put our gem polishing hook on that, which I can't find. I guess I did leave it. It's okay. And then we'll do, let's see, boop and boop and boop. Alright, so let's do iron and then gold. So we want to take, and we want to put our gold right here. Just like the hand sorters, whatever's on that little tray is what it sorts. So we want to go iron first, then that, then we want to do a shard. And then everything else, cloudium or the gems, will fall into the bucket. Yeah, that's good. That's what we want. So now we can test this. We can grab, well, we can grab a gem, and we can go drop. We can see it passes through there because it doesn't match. It passes through there because it doesn't match. Passes through there because it does not match. And it makes its way to the end of the conveyor belt and drops into the bucket. So now if we turn these guys back on, they start outputting. It gets cleaned, boom boom, 2 irons, and they drop right in there. And there goes the gold, and it drops right in. So now what's cool, we can take our little iron bar or a gold bar, drop it in, and now once this piece of gold comes in, boop, we can do that, and it auto smelts. We no longer need that guy. That will make life so much easier. We don't have to worry about moving buckets around all the time. Nothing like that. So, progress, my friends. So I think real quick, let's take a look. That's got 32, that's got 28, and that's got 85. So I think we're good for a minute. I say that, we'll get back and it'll be broken, but it's okay. So let's run back down to Bridgeport, see if I left that, and we will also check one other thing. Alright, so I did leave it, we paid for it, I just forgot to pick it up. So the other thing we wanted to look for is... Doody-doo, where's it at? Do I see it? Where's it at? There it is. A scale, weighs 146. We're going to go ahead and buy it. We don't have a ton of money left, but it's okay. We've bought things that we need. We're not just mindlessly spending money, which is easy to do. It is very easy. So let's run back up to the mining site and we'll check back in. So we're going to take our gem hook and we're going to place it right on there, which means any gems that go through it will be automatically polished. So let's find a gem and go right here and drop and boom, and it got polished. Very nice. So what the heck are these? How did they end up off to the side? That's very strange. Very strange indeed. But we've got our gem polisher hooked up, so it is working. So in theory, pick this guy up, come over here, and go bloop, and all of those got polished in no time at all. Alright, so sometimes when we have these unspecified diverters, they don't really want to work the way they should. Just like that. So I think what we want to do is pick all these up, go ahead and put them in the bucket, and then I think we're going to put a second bucket here just to catch them, so things like that don't continue to happen. Yeah, because I don't really know what causes it. I'm guessing it's just a bit of a bug. The game, as I've mentioned many times, is not exactly bug free. So let's pick these up. Alright, so I've got those picked up. So I think what I want to do now actually is we'll finish cutting these, and then I think what I want to do is actually take one of each, put them up there, so they get sorted out automatically. So then really the only thing left would be Cloudium, which will be fine. It can just go off the end into this guy, and I think we'll be set at that point. Everything will be getting filtered. It's not an ideal setup, but it should work regardless. So yep, so that guy, so let's go ahead and, oh no, I picked up the whole bucket, of course. So let's put that right back where it belongs. Here's a blue, a sapphire. So in theory, any sapphires should get kicked out. Now we also want to do an emerald. Then we want to find us a ruby in here. There we go. And then we also want to find some black onyx to put in there. So now in theory, this guy should kick out. Yes. Do we see a black gem? I do not see one at the moment, which is fine. Uh-oh. That guy's broken. Go ahead and fix him, and we'll fix his brother. Just like that. Boom. Alright, there's nothing in here because we actually don't need this anymore. So let's bring it over here and out of the way. The more out of the way it is, the better I'm going to feel. Now, this guy will actually come in handy again for reheating items. At this moment, I'm not super concerned about it, but it will come in handy later. So everything's going, everything's automated. We've made it a little bit more attractive. It's just working better. So let's grab us a sleep, and then I think we're going to weigh out our iron, see how much we made, and then go sell our gold and gems. So let's see here. Let's get our little scale, because now we have it. It's actually going to be useful. Let's drop that. We're going to take this. So see, that's only worth 44 pounds. We need 300 to make another one of these guys. So it's going to take some time. So I think for now, let's get our gold. And we're going to bring it over here. We're going to bring this guy back, because he allows us to heat up our ores. And we're going to take that, and we're going to make just a simple ring. Now we can actually make a necklace, because I can just go whacha, and we can combine different sizes to make the same thing. We just need 2 bars of it. So let's make this a sapphire necklace. We're going to put the sapphire down right there. We're going to make sure our hammer's close, because as soon as these come out of the fire, we want to whack it while it's very hot. Otherwise it won't work, and we'll have to wait for it to reheat. So, oh dang it, don't you do this. Get on there, grab, boom, there we go. A beautiful sapphire necklace ready to be sold. So now if yep, that's just going to stay right there. Awesome. So I think, let's grab, we should have another bucket, right? Yeah, here's a bucket. Let's grab it. And we're going to actually just drop it right where the other one was at the end. Assuming it'll stay. I don't know what its deal is. Bro, what is your deal? Stop. Thank you. Alright, then we're going to grab these and we're going to dump them in here. We have a nice big bucket of gems. Then we're going to swap that bucket for this bucket. Then we're going to grab this. We're going to throw it on the cart. We're going to grab our other iron. How much? So that gets us up to 130. So we can drop both of these right back in here, and they will combine to just make one nice block. So we don't have to worry about carrying around a lot. So 145. So we can see that's already going a little easier. So let's go ahead and grab our bucket of gems. We're going to drop it, and we're going to grab our cart and go see what all this is worth. Alright, bucket of gems, which there's a bunch in there, and a gold and sapphire necklace is worth 2,600. So not shabby. We've made more obviously before, but I think just for the amount of time that we put into that, getting that gold back, making it into a necklace, I think we did okay. Alright, so I spent a little bit of money and a couple of minutes. I replaced all these T-pipes with straight pipes, and I capped off the end with a cork, just so we don't have water constantly drip, drip, drip. Doesn't really make any difference, but it just makes me feel better. So let's turn these guys back on, because we want to keep the minerals flowing. So let's see here. What's this guy? 158. So it's definitely working. It is definitely producing. We don't have any gems. Oh, we do have 2 green ones. So that's good. So it's definitely producing. So now black one should spit out eventually, and they'll be the only one in here. Then we can just filter all of those in here. Any cloudium will come out and go off the edge, and we can then put this guy right there for the cloudium. So we'll be set. So what have we really accomplished so far? It doesn't seem like a lot, because we're really not doing anything that we weren't doing before. So really the only thing that we've automated is the smelting process and the grinding process. which really saves a lot of time. Because, you know, having to grab each one of these, grind, drop, pick, grind, drop, pick, grind, drop. Got really annoying. It was hard to keep up with. So now that we've automated the whole thing, it's one less thing to worry about. We don't need these anymore. So they're actually just going to be tossed in the river. We're going to treat them like a natural dam of sorts. Not that they will actually stop any water at all. And there. Alright, so they're out of the way. This guy is going to be dropped there too, just so it's out of the way. And this thing, I want it all out of the way. And we're not really going to do much with the water. We might build over it, but that's about it. So, yeah, we've automated the smelting process, so we don't have to grab buckets of ore, dump it into the thing, wait for it to melt. It happens automatically. We've swapped from hand sorters over to the actual correct conveyor belt sorters, and we have set up a grinding polishing wheel, which I think I've already mentioned. So we've made progress. It doesn't really look it, but we have. So now the next thing to do is get this out of the way over here. Same with these. We want to keep these close because more than likely we will need them. You always end up needing T's and curves. So we definitely don't want to get rid of them. We just kind of want them to be out of the way for now. So let's take these. Boop. That gets rid of that. That should help a little bit. I'm gonna drop this bucket on this bucket. There we go. Polishing wheel, we don't need you anymore. So you can go over there. Alright. So what now? What now? Right now we're waiting. We need to get a third drill, which we can't do until this reaches 300, which we're over halfway there. We're making slow but steady progress. And then from there it's just a matter of expanding, because this whole thing is set up, which means we can just feed the gems, well, not even just the gems but everything, dig it out, send it on conveyors up here, drop it right here, and everything will just go whoop and start getting smelted. Now if we wanted to, we could move the smelting to the very edge over here, so we have the whole diggable plot to do mining, which we may do eventually just to help make some money. But for now, we've got this whole thing up and running, and I think we're in a pretty decent spot. We've got a little bit of money. We've got a few repairs left. We probably want to get another repair bag before long, because each repair bag only has 5 uses. I think it's 5. Yeah. This one's down to 4. And we've got 3 things that need repairing. That's at 50%, that's at 5, and that's at 50. So actually, let's go ahead and repair this so we don't lose anything. So I guess then the next step will be to add logic. The logic will put a filter on these, which means we'll probably push this back 1 spot, put a T in, and then maybe add a booster up here somewhere. I don't know. But we'll push this back 1, we'll add a straight. That'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, we'll need to push this back 2 spots if we can, because we'll need it before or on this one. So, and then we'll put in the logic readers and the spanner throwers, and we'll get all that hooked up so these things never take damage again. And then we'll be even in a better spot. So let's one more time just go ahead and check this just to see. 185. So guys, we've definitely made progress today. I think this is probably where we're going to call it. It doesn't seem like we made a lot of progress, like I said, but we have. So I think we're going to call it here. Next time we will definitely get that third miner up and running. That's going to give us another boost in speed. Really, I mean, that'll push us up another 50% on our ability to produce. So we'll be sitting pretty then, and then of course from there it's just getting more and more of them up and going so that we can just keep making more and more drills to get more and more resources. Then we'll start looking at buying the other properties and making our way through our checklist. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, a thumbs up, whatever you want to do to help out, just let me know that you're watching and that you enjoy them. So guys, as always, I'm Logan, this is Hydroneer, and I will catch you next time.